Okay, take two. Well, we're gonna get this in. We're gonna get it in. Hi. Okay, let's where we last left off. Um, Lil Nas X was hospitalized and arrested in Los Angeles. 26-year-old Old Town rapper, road rapper, and two-time Grammy Award winner, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, was arrested just after 6 a.m. 6 a.m. on Thursday, August 21st, according to Los Angeles Sheriff's Department inmate records. In a statement U.S. Today, Los Angeles Police Department officer Drake Madison said the morning around 5:50 a.m. officers uh, responding to the 11,000 block of Ventura Boulevard for a nude man walking in the street. Upon arrival, the suspect charged at the officers and was taken into custody. The LAPD alleged he was transported to the local hospital for possible overdose and placed under arrest for battery on a police officer. Though the LAPD did not identify the man in their initial statement, Madison later confirmed the incident was related to the Lil Nas X arrest. U.S. Today reached out to the reps for Lil Nas X for comment. Social media sensation Instagram page has not been scrubbed except for 11 posts, only of Hollywood's most high profile LGBTQ stars in the music industry. Known for his eccentric forms of music, promotion, and signature humor, Lil Nas X has receded from the heights of his past virtual stardom in recent years. In 2018, he broke out with his popular country tinged single "Old Town Road." After dropping out of college, the track featured a buzzy remix with genre patriarch Billy Ray Cyrus, and the collaboration later became the longest number one song in Billboard's Hot 100 history. Two other Hot 100 number ones followed: "Industry Baby" with fellow rapper Jack Harlow and the solo Montero "Call Me by Your Name." Singer released his aptly titled debut album Montero in 2021. He recently released the EP days before Dream Boy in late March ahead of the release of his upcoming second studio album. Dream Boy, which Dream Boy, which expected to drop later this year. He also boasts 11 career Grammy nominations. But early this year, that's what I want. Hitmaker faced health struggles. He posted an Instagram video of himself from the hospital bed late in April, telling his followers he lost control of the right side of his face. This is me doing full smile, by the way. He said in the video, laughing in disbelief. I can't even laugh right now, bro. Oh my god. He then joked about his condition on Instagram stories, but assured fans he was okay. Stop being sad for me. He wrote, "I'm gonna look funny for a little bit, but that's it." He said, adding crying emojis. Ooh, okay, got that in. Like I said, it's basically this. Basically a star that's going hog wild. and which is nothing new in this world. Uh, you get hooked up with it, and when you mix drugs with it, this is what happens. This is what happens every time. He young dude that don't really know what to do. He really doesn't. They're just down, pretty much down for whatever. And like I said, these are the results when you mix a fast life with fast drugs. Fast drugs, because it has to be some awfully strong stuff to have you walking the streets with no clothes on. It has to be, has to be. But they go that way. I swear, fast life, fast drugs. Fast life, fast drugs. But let us move on. Keep it moving. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Okay, from Nas X to a reporter of a shooter at Villanova University was a cruel hoax. President says, "Wow." Okay, uh, somebody decided to be funny, make it like they was funny by calling in a shooter and getting everybody, just getting everybody driving, stirring everybody up. In other words, um, stirring everybody up. In other words, it just makes no sense. Somebody's had to wake up this morning and call in a hoax as far as active shooter. But let's get right into it. It's brought to you by NBC News. Uh, uh, dang, updated. Updated August 2025 at 6:53 p.m. 6:53 p.m. Pretty much 17 hours ago. Police are clearing the scene. Okay, let's see. See where we can go with this. Okay, let's start from right here. This is all a bunch of stories bundled up together. Telling from scene from story to story what about this incident. Okay, first of all, a little small story. pretty much going into detail of this shooter, fake shooter. Okay, Villanova University first little story. Villanova University issues an active shooter. Villanova University issued an active shooter alert for its campus this afternoon. Yesterday afternoon. Moved to secure location, locked blockade doors. The alert said. Today marked the start of new students' orientation and registration ahead of the start of the fall semester. So it had to be funny on when the students were coming in. The new students were coming in. Okay, Radnor Township police urged residents, students to the shelter. Radnor Township Police said they are at Villanova University for an active shooter report. All nearby residents and students are asked to shelter in place at this time, police said. Okay, Governor Shapiro said state and federal law enforcement is on the scene. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said state and police and local federal law enforcement all are at Villanova responding to the active shooter report. Avoid the area and follow directions of local authorities. We will share additional information as it becomes available, he wrote on X. They go into detail, NBC. Villanova incident remains active, police say. Radnor Township police saying in an update shortly before 6 p.m. that units continue to clear buildings at the Villanova University and the incident remains active. Thus far, there are no reported victims. Those on campus are asked to continue sheltering in place. Incident on campus resolved. Shortly after 6 p.m., the Villanova University's website had an alert saying incident on campus resolved. Villanova president says the incident was a cruel hoax. The reported active shooter incident on Villanova's campus today was a cruel hoax, said the university president, the Reverend Peter M. Donahue. Virtually no one was injured, and we now know that it was a cruel hoax. There was no active shooter, no injuries, no evidence of firearms present on the campus. He wrote in an email to the school community. While there is a blessing and relief, I know today's events have shaken our entire community, he said. He added. Donahue noted that the news about the possible shooter at the law school came and during an orientation mass welcoming new students and their families. I would like to thank everyone involved in securing the safety of our community, especially our Villanova Public Safety Department and the first responders from Radnor Police, local police departments, he said. I would also like to thank our orientation counselors and all the Villanova staff in attendance to the orientation mass who responded calmly and compassionately to the very frightening and unnerving situation. He also apologized to incoming students and their loved ones, saying this is not the introduction to Villanova that I had hoped for you. Whew. All the hoax. Okay. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said today's active shooter report at Villanova was unfounded in a cruel swatting incident when someone calls in a fake threat to induce panic. Swatting illegal. I've directed at PA State Police to work alongside their partners to use every tool at our disposal to find the person or people who called in this fake threat and hold them accountable. Shapiro thanked law enforcement who raced to the scene. I know today was every parent's nightmare, every student's biggest fear. I'm profoundly grateful no one was hurt, he said. The university said in a statement that the school's Department of Public Safety received an anonymous report around 4:30 p.m. of an active shooter in the Charles Ridger School of Law. The report was determined to be false and a hoax. It said. Second university shooter hoax today. Wow. The Villanova hoax is the second in an American college today. Earlier today, it was it was an active shooter report on the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga campus, which was determined to be a false threat. There was no evidence of any shooter or other threat to the university community, and no injuries was reported. The Tennessee University Police Department said local law enforcement and the FBI are investigating. Officials, last story, police are clearing the scene. Officials are clearing the scene at Villanova University. The Radnor Township Police Department Police Department, the Villanova Public Safety Department, Pennsylvania State Police, and the District Attorney Office are among the agencies at the scene. We are thankful to confirm that there is no evidence of an active shooter, incident, or victims, Radnor Township Police said, adding, we could not be more proud of our Villanova community for following the shelter-in-place practices and allowing law enforcement to methodically investigate the incident. The hoax is under investigation by the FBI, the Delaware District Attorney's Office, and Radnor Township Police. Okay, don't need reading points. What we know. So let's go do it. Somebody decided to be funny. Call in right on in the orientation on orientation day. They had to call in a fake hoax of a shooter. Make it make sense. There's no sense in that. I guess they're so bored. They just don't have no life. It's basically is what it is. It's basically a work of a person that they're looking for attention, looking for attention, looking for attention. But that's the step-by-step accounts from NBC News of what of the fake shooter incident at Villanova University. Enough said. I don't need to say no more as far as commentary on this story. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Okay, from fake shooter to Donald J. Trump. Okay, New York appeals court voids the nearly $500 million civil fraud penalty against Trump. Sounds like a victory for him. But we shall see. Okay, this to give my credits on this story. This is brought to you by WLKY, published by CNN. Are pretty much brought to you by CNN as well. Publishers Carol Scannell and Lauren Del Val of CNN. Updated at 12:05 p.m. on August 21st, 2025. The New York Appeals Court has thrown out the roughly $500 million judgment against President Donald Trump in a civil fraud case brought by the state's Attorney General. Thursday's decision, which was not unanimous, leaves Trump still liable for fraud. Still liable, though. Judges aligned to uphold his liability and toss the penalty so the case could move forward for further appellates review. In the prevailing opinion, the judges wrote, while the injunctive relief ordered by the court is well crafted to curb the defendant's business culture, in the court's the engorgement order, which direct the defendants pay nearly $500 million to the state of New York, is an excessive line that violates the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution. CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig said the monumental ruling was unusual due to it taking the court nearly a year to reach this decision. A year. Dang. It's a huge win for Donald Trump. Well, anyway, you cut it. And this is a stinging rebuke to the Attorney General Letitia James, Honig said to CNN. Former Trump lawyer Alina Habba, meanwhile, called the ruling a resounding victory for President Trump and his company. Court struck down the outrageous and unlawful $464 million penalty, confirming that we have said from the beginning the Attorney General's case was politically motivated, legally baseless, and grossly excessive. Habba, who was on Trump's legal team in the case and is now an acting United States Attorney in New Jersey, said on X, President Trump won and justice won with him. Returning to the U.S. Attorney. Four judges agreed with, that the lower state court correctly found Trump and the other defendants liable for fraud, and agreed that James had the right to bring civil action under New York's Executive Law 6312, a long debated interpretation of the statute. We agreed the Supreme Court that the Attorney General acted well within her lawful power to bring this action, and that she vindicated a public interest in doing so. The opinion said the prevailing decision supported Judge Arthur Goron's finding that Trump and others engaged in years of fraud by issuing falsified financial statements, and that inflated the value of his properties and misled the insurers and lenders. Let's repeat that again. The prevailing decision supported Judge Arthur Goron's finding that Trump and others engaged in years of fraud by issuing falsified financial statements that inflated the value of his properties and misled insurers and lenders. James is likely to appeal the decision to the New York highest appellate court. A representative for James did not have an immediate comment. The majority decision, split decision outlined in the 322 pages. The majority decision by the members of the appellate panel means that Trump sheds the immense financial pressure he faced and satisfied the $354 million judgment, which with the interest totals up to $500 million. Last year, the appeals court agreed to lower the bond